Jefferson. He said, religious freedom means freedom from religious practices one finds objectionable, every bit as much as the capacity to practice religion without interference. Without interference. That means to me is that you don't have to agree with everything. You don't have to agree with every religion. You can argue that point all you want. But we don't interfere with that religion. Nobody goes and tries to, you don't see federal troops outside of these doors keeping you out. No? And this metaphysics is one that people might think is really strange. You know, if they don't understand it. And we might think other religions are really strange if we don't understand them. But everyone has the right. Everyone has that privilege. And in 1804, Jefferson began editing the Gospels. I don't know if many of you are aware of it, to extract the teachings of Jesus. And the book was called The Life and Morals of Jesus of Nazareth. It's out of print now, but it's back in, it's been republished, and it's now known as the Jefferson Bible. How many of you have that Jefferson Bible? Yeah, several of you do. I'm telling you, when I walk through the Jefferson Memorial in D.C., and I start reading all the quotes from Jefferson, I swear that's Dr. Holmes talking. You know? Really, this man was amazing. And then Mickey Ridgway just told me, I think, a wonderful quote that JFK said, and I think you're going to have to help me out with this one, I think.
He had a group of very intellectual people in the state dining room for dinner, and he said, never has so much intelligence been in this room since Jefferson had dinner alone.
Isn't that great? Since Jefferson had dinner alone, it's just great, you know. But in that, in the passages he selected, demonstrated the message of Jesus of love and service did not require. I'm going to start this again. The Jefferson Bible, the passages he selected demonstrated that Jesus' message of love and service did not require, you guys are going to love this one, artificial props of creed, dogma, and liturgy. Isn't that great? Yay. Sounds like Dr. Holmes, doesn't it? So, this year yesterday we celebrated the 233rd birthday of our beautiful country. And it was a great Independence Day. But you know, that birthday party was a very, very expensive party. That birthday party cost millions of lives and billions of broken hearts. Pretty expensive. You know, it cost those lives and it cost those broken hearts just to keep us free, just to keep us so that we could sit in this sanctuary today. And we're so grateful about that. So that we can sit here without fear of being interrupted, intruded upon, put in jail, you know. And so it's a gift from the men and women who fought for it. And they fought for it. And they fight for it every year. They're fighting for it right now. In parts of the countries places we've never even heard of, which seems to always be the way with wars, isn't it? That they die in places that they never heard of, that we can't even find on the map. But you know, it's a gift that's given to us from the servicemen and women who fought for it, and they fought for a country under God. A country under God. God always first. So we accept that with deep gratitude, you know. And Right now, if there's any veterans or servicemen or women in the sanctuary, would you stand up so we can just talk to you, please? Yeah. Look at all of you. Thank you. Our deepest gratitude to you. You know, these people took the risk to stand up for freedom. You know, and you're all my heroes. You truly are my heroes. You know, and there may be some of you here today that don't feel free, that you feel constricted and you feel imprisoned in your own mind. You know, you're just struggling to be free of what you think is something or someone denying your happiness or denying you the freedom that you choose. You know, you're at war within yourself in the middle of a huge mental storm. Some of us feel that way right now, you know, it's happened in our lives, you know, and this mental storm is as if you feel trapped and there's no way out. It's absolutely imprisoned you. So you certainly don't feel free when you're caught up in the other things that are disturbing you, you know. And maybe this is the story of the, it's kind of like this mental storm, and how to get out of it is kind of like the American Eagle story. And it was written by Emmett Fox, and it was really something that I never knew until I read this from Emmett Fox, and it's wonderful. He's talking about, it's a great metaphor about the American eagle. He said the eagle symbolizes victory and rising higher in consciousness. But it is much more. When a storm occurs, all other birds do one of two things. They either hide from the storm or they fight it. They fight it as long as their strength holds out. The eagle, however, does neither. He soars above it. It is the spiritual teaching that we learn neither to run away from our troubles nor fight them, but to turn to God and soar above them to the spiritual plane where there is peace, harmony, freedom, and happiness. What a wonderful story. I love that story. So, how do you soar above your problems and above your personal storms and get to freedom? How do you do that? You know? First of all, in order to do it, in order to get out of whatever dilemma that you're in right now, you have to be willing to die. You literally have to be willing to die. And you have to be willing to die to your negative thinking. If you'll die to your negative thinking, you'll be uplifted. If you die to anger and resentment, you'll feel peace. If you die to fear, you'll receive freedom. If you die to lack, and you will receive abundance of good. If you die to the idea of illness and disease, you will receive vibrant health. If you're willing to die to your harmful addictions, you will be free of mental pain. Dr. Holmes tells us that freedom is our divine right, and the master teacher is quoted as saying, "Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free."